We're back in here,
Yes,
man.
yeah. We are back. Hi.
I did a somersault into my chair, man.
Right?
What up? I, I landed from the ceiling too, like Wackoe. Hey, check it out, man. We got the homie in the building, responsible for a lot of things you guys have seen over the years, and we're gonna
Yes.
talk about it. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Now that you figured that thing out.
What's going on? This is Lucky, Soul Assassin.
That's right. And the reason I made that comment is because if he had a choice, he probably wouldn't be talking on the mic. But,
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm behind the curtains.
Yeah.
he leaves that for other people.
Like we were talking
man,
earlier,
here you go.
man.
And he'll take them both, too. Hey,
Like we were talking earlier, man. I was telling him, like, you're like the silent assassin is what they call you, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, you've been in this industry, around a long time, and you had a big part of a major movement that of what, the urban fashion community and stuff like that, and
for
just been
those
so low pro though, you know what I mean? 'Cause you just
for
doing
those
your
that don't
thing.
know, can we tell them? Let's give them a little background. I mean, tell them
Shall we?
that some of the people in the chat room might not know. Can you let them know, Lucky?
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been doing Joker since like 96, 97.
Joker brand, man.
And, but before that, I did other brands, and but it's been around for a while. You know what I mean? Trying to do this clothing thing,
Yeah.
and now it's just time to do my thing. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
What kind of made you find? Because you have been doing stuff with a lot of different people you mentioned, but what made you just finally say I'm gonna do my own clothing now? Because it is a big responsibility. Like you even have to come and promote and talk on the mic, man. It is a big responsibility though. But
Yeah.
You know what it is, and it's been in my mind for a while, but I had a commitment with my homeboys. You know what I mean? Stellan and Cartoon, those are my boys, and I've been doing, like I said, I was doing Joker since like 96, 97, and I just stuck to it. You know what I mean? But it was those dudes, that was their dream. You know what I mean? That was their brand, and those are my boys, and Joker's always gonna be part of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I still do stuff on the side for them, when they need me to get down. You know? But I just felt like it was that time. I had the idea, and it's all about timing. You know it is. It's all about timing.
Definitely, man. Definitely. What I wanted to ask you is because with like Joker, it was a big representation of like the LA, the urban community and stuff, and the movement that they created and the opportunity that doors open for everybody that was part of that whole movement and stuff.
Yeah.
It has that market and stuff. So with Cruisers, what's the agenda and what's the market you're trying to reach with that? What's the difference between what Cruisers your own thing and then what Joker is?
Well, what I want to do with my goal is to hit, basically to open it up. You know what I mean? With Joker, I think that we just I think we cater to just a certain type of customer, and it was straight gangster. You know what I mean? If you know anyone in LA, they're gangsters. They know what's up with Joker. You know what I mean? And for me, I think that doing this brand, I want to kind of take it to the skate scene and just make it more of a lifestyle. Like, just have a wide audience. I don't want to be pigeonholed to a certain type of demographic.
You want to kind of keep it all more open, bigger playground, right?
It's still gonna be street, or it still is street, because I come from the streets. You know what I mean? But I just want to be able to offer things that are a little bit different than what I was doing with Joker.
I wanted to ask how you come up with the name
Cruizer?
Yeah.
One of my homeboys that passed away, his name was Cruizer.
Okay.
And when I was gangbanging, when I was in the streets, back in the days, you know what I mean? I remember when the homies gave him that name, Cruiser, and I was like, that's right, that's a dope name, you know what I mean? Because he's just like low, mellow type of dude, you know what I mean?
Chill.
Right, you know what I mean? And I've always liked that dude's name, you know what I mean? And when he passed away, and I was not too long ago, and I was thinking of a name, starting a brand or anything that you have to give it a name, dude. Like coming out there with that right name, you know what I mean? It's like, it's tough, bro. It can be real tough.
That's not easy.
No, but for that movement though, that is important. Like it has a whole lot of meaning. Like besides, it's gonna be a dope name for the the clothing when they get it. They're gonna recognize Cruiser and all that, but it has meaning behind it. That's dope.
For me, it definitely has meaning and stuff. So yeah.
No, make sure you guys check out the gear. We're gonna give you all the links and everything like that in a little while. We'll have all that up.
Another, because you've been in this industry as far as in the fashion industry, like ASR. I mean, that's been around for quite some time, and I remember like going the first time seeing ASR and the experience, how it is and the vendors and what opportunities gave to up and coming brands or anything like that. Like compared to the first time you stepped into it, man, to it is. I'm not sure if you have gone recently. I'm assuming you have though, but what's the difference, and how like it's changed dramatically too, especially with the internet in the play in that,
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, nowadays there's more brands popping up, and it can be difficult for a new brand to kind of hit the stage, because if you don't know what's up and if you don't have a longevity and behind you like a track record, then you might be the type of dude that's just putting things out that another dude's doing or other brands are doing, you know what I mean? And it's like, you really don't want to do that. You want to hit something with clean and fresh and new, you know what I mean? You don't want to be on the bandwagon, you know what I mean?
Right.
I like to stay away from stuff like that.
I was gonna ask something like on that note. I mean, because there is sometimes you see a lot of similar things within the clothing industry, because it's all hip-hop related, and the way I look at it, I kind of study different parts of it, but yeah, a lot of the clothing is kind of similar. Do you ever like purposely just come up with something like, I want to go way away from this and just what I mean, like
I recently just told someone this. It's like, you know what, if like right now these dudes are doing floor prints, I'm doing the opposite.
That's what I mean.
I'm dodging that, you know what I mean? They could do that, and I'm not knocking that, because I did floor Hawaiian shirts in the early 90s, you know what I mean? With Q Ambient, and even with Joker, we did Hawaiian shirts and floor prints. It's funny because there's things come back, you know what I mean? And it's like I look at the streetwear fashion right now, and some of the designs that they touch some of the 80s and 90s kind of looks. And I lived that and did that, you know what I mean? And we introduced those looks back in the days, so it's like I smile because I'm like, I remember that style, that or this or that, you know what I mean? I'm like, we did that.
Well, that's I think like that's a major difference though that comes into play with you, is because you have seen all those, you've seen the styles come back, whatever it is, and you can kind of come with something completely different because you've seen all this stuff. Like you've seen a lot of this stuff. That's
and sometimes if like if the floral thing is like a big deal or whatever it may be, for me it's like I might like touch it, but in a different way, in very subtle, like very minute, to where like it's not like all up in your face, but it's just a hint of something like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you may need to do stuff like that, you know what I mean? But you gotta.
That's important, man. Like you touched on that, just the creative aspect of things. Like people don't get all the stuff sometimes that's in play behind the scenes, and I like to, the casual fans that do tune into the show, I like them to know that stuff.
With Cruisers, because I know like with Joker and stuff, they started with just print, and as it just grew, the company grew, they got more into the cut and sew and different things. Will you be doing the same thing as well?
I mean, definitely. That's definitely what the goal and the desire that I have is to build the brand to where it becomes like a full-on collection, and it has all these different categories, underneath it, Because I just can't I just can't see myself just doing t-shirts and hats, bro. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, just because I was pampered in the sense of just, being able to have the capabilities to produce actual garments, to go to overseas to China and to get in the nitty-gritty and do console pieces. So I just can't do t-shirts and hats, bro. I gotta really kill them with a full on collection. But that stuff takes money, so you gotta, I gotta, in a sense, start from scratch. You know what I mean?
If you ever need 2 skinny models, we're right here. Male, male model.
Just throwing that out there,
One with a very nice mustache, I might add. And that'll go good with your shirts, dog.
Yeah.
We're just saying,
I mean, if say like B can't, be real, he can't, make it to anything. I mean, they do say I kind of resemble him a little bit. So I mean, I do stand in, of course, fill in, I mean, it's just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's right. So if he ever needs it, hey, we're gonna play a video, or what? Do we have
Do we got the a little commercial thing uploaded?
Yes.
All right, cool. So
we're gonna play that.
Why don't you go ahead and talk about this, bro?
This is a little viral video that me and my homeboy knocked out, and just a few people that came aboard and helped us out to one of the many viral videos that I got planned and lined up to promote the brand. So check it out.
Hey, and then after that, he's gonna introduce a live performance, and then me and Wackoe are gonna mosh. All right, check it out, man. Be right back.
Crazy.